everyone. This is Key to Key Academy, video 2 of 2026. Last week we went through a couple of pairs. Sorry about that. We went through a couple of pairs. Um, I'm just gonna run through them, but for this week there's only one pair that I'm looking forward to, which is also specifically from the first video that I've posted for this year. So we're just going to start with GBP CAD. I just want to run through what happened from my predictions from last week's, sorry about that, from last week's analysis to the following week that we go into. So I'm just going to go to GBP CAD quickly. I think this is the one. Alright, so with GBP CAD, remember I was interested on buys when price was still around this area before it sold down, and I was waiting for price to come to this key level here, which is this order block, for price to push up, take these highs, or potentially take those highs, which it did. But right now we cannot enter the trade as of now because we haven't gotten our proper entry signal. As much as we are at the key level, price isn't giving us a proper break or a test structure for us to look for buys to the upside. So I'm no longer interested in entering this trade for next week because there's a trade that I've entered on Friday before the market closed, which is that trade that I'm gonna show later on. So that's trade number one from last week. That price was here. We're anticipating for price to come here and to go up, give us a nice, and just a roundabout example of what we need to see is just exactly this, like a break, retest, just a change of structure within this key level for us to go up. That would be good. Proper one that makes sense. Sorry about that. All right, sorry about that. So the second trade that I'm looking forward to is NZD-JPY. NZD-JPY, NZD-JPY, where are you? All right, there it is. With NZD-JPY, remember from the first video or the last video I posted, we were waiting for something like this to happen. Exactly like this, because remember I talked about price having to push from this part, break this highs, and then come back to this other block, or to just feel this imbalance and go up. That's what I was anticipating. It did exactly that. It's just that it's not what I was looking for. As much as it did come to this level, like the way we did, it's just something that I was not looking for. But this would have been a good trade. It still has a good potential to go up. It's just that we can't enter here. Like that's a late entry. As much as price might push from this area going up, it's relatively a late entry. The best one would have been around this area, but it did what we were anticipating. It's just that the picture that I wanted was not perfectly executed according to how my strategy works. But this would have been a good entry to the upside, but I'm not interested in that for the next week. The other trade I'm interested in is GBP JPY. I think I paused it. Let me see. GBP JPY, I think it's this one. From last week, I remember when I analyzed it as a buy because of, let's just go back, because of this this heavily gap right here that priced all that this weekly candlestick has swept into, and we're hoping for price to push to the upside. That was the analysis from last week. Then we go to 4 hours just to view. And remember, what we looked for was that we saw an area like that. Then we went to smaller time frames, and we were expecting buys from exactly that point, putting a stop loss at least below that low, going up. Right, do I have a lot of disturbances? All right, that's what we were looking for. But price took us out. We were wrong. Instead, price came down to probably to this order block for it to want to go up. And there was a concern that I spoke about with regards to Fibonacci, that I don't like how price didn't even get to 38% or 78, 61%, which it did later on, because you can see that after that it went down to relatively 78% to what to go up, which would have been a good trade. I feel like this is one of the rules that I've forgotten that I should implement going forward. Trades that don't go below 50% or at 50% exactly are trades that I shouldn't be interested in, because I was preliminary right with the direction. It's just that I kind of entered at the wrong time. Price had to go down below 50% so that price can push to the upside. Regardless, I don't see price going above and taking these highs. There's a huge potential for us to have a reversal and maybe price getting to this point for us to go down. But I'm not really interested. I don't like this whole consolidative movement that is going on here. It's a mess. So I'm not gonna be interested in that. This is GBPJY, and then the trade that I'm interested in this year is this week is this one. This is the trade that I'm really interested in. From the last video, you would have seen that price was relatively around this area. I think it was around here. So I like how it consolidated, most especially back to this. I think it's a 3 hour, the 12 heavily gap or something. Let's just go to daily. The 4 hour, 3 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour. It's relatively you can just say 1 hour heavily gap that is here that we've marked initially. The reason I have a lot of going on is just I was explaining this to someone, but I like how price came back into this key level heavily gap, and I like how we have a nice, let me remove this whole stuff. We have a nice third one. You know, when I say third one, I am talking about this. Let's go down. I like how this price went down, went up, broke structure, and then we had a third round going down, just like that. So the third round will be counted as 1, 2, 3 within a key level, which is amazing. This is one of the top highest probability trades, because you can easily see the momentum, the consolidation properly. Like you can see this is proper price action. You can see there's a huge momentum when price goes down, then there's consolidation. Huge momentum going down, there's consolidation. There's no doubt. There's literally no doubt that this price is not gonna go down. The problem is that how far would it go? Would it go? Would take profit be here? Would take profit be here? Would take profit be here? But I would really like for take profit to be exactly around in this area because of this level. If we go back, because of this level here that created this whole move going up. So if price can come and sweep this, that will be amazing. That will be an amazing trade. So this is the trade that I'm looking forward to. Very easy, very specific. Even people who trade horizontals, I'm sure they can even see what's going on here. it's easy price action, lower high, low low, lower high, low low, lower high. We're expecting price to go up in an impulsive manner after this consolidation. Um, the consolidation is very clear. Let me just try and see if I can draw. This is just the consolidation. Just remove that. This is this is just the consolidation. It's very straightforward. This is just a weird consolidation. Then there was impulse. You know, impulse. What we're expecting, impulse. Given that we looked into key levels, all those things, and stuff, but this is different. This is simple market structure. Honestly speaking, if price can go in the wrong direction, I mean it's fine. As much as we have allocated or looked into our key levels, looked what we wanted to see, and we saw what we wanted to see, and then if that's it, that's fine. Which means we just have to wait and see what happens going forward or next week. So I would really let me just do it like this because I like how it looks. I'm not a horizontal whatever person, but when it's like this, it gives me more confidence. It looks much more well balanced. Especially if you can also look at how price moved from break retest of this level, then it went down. You know, so I like that. It's more bearish. It's giving a lot of bearishness in price, which is good. Um, so this is one of the trades that I'm looking forward to for next week. Um, we'll see how it moves. We'll see what happens. Hopefully by Tuesday, I think it would have gotten around this area. By Tuesday, relatively, should have gotten there. And yeah, that's the only trade that I'm seeing now for next week. There isn't any other trade that I'm looking forward to, honestly. Um, Bitcoin, um, yeah, Bitcoin it's a bit tricky right now. I was looking to why is it so messed up? Oh, I was explaining it to someone, but I'm looking for relatively buys on Bitcoin. Um, as much as that's a weird call, but I am really looking for buys on Bitcoin. I'm looking for buys, price to respect, and push up. Um, but we'll see how that works out. But I would really love for buys, exactly like push, price to push, and not go below this level. Um, yeah, that's what I'm looking forward for Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens next week with the trade that I've entered, which is this one, which is a good potential, a huge potential for sales. So yeah, those are the trades that I'm looking forward to next week. This one, then we'll look into how Bitcoin reacts. Probably we can get good opportunities on Bitcoin probably next week. Based on how it reacts, it will depend on how it reacts. But also there's gold. Gold also is a bit messy. It has been buying for a long time. Alright, it's been buying for a long time, and in everything that buys, there's no way it can buy forever. There's a point where it needs to rest, retrace, you know. But there's a trick with this trade that I've seen. I don't know if I should share it with you guys, but I'm not really interested. I'm just want to talk about it. The same thing that happened here. It's relatively the same thing. It's relatively the same thing that is happening here. All right. Why do I say that? There's a key level here. Price entered the key level. It gave me the 1, 2, 3 structure, which is break of structure, retest into family gap, and most especially a lot of people like myself have would have wanted to buy exactly from this point going up. But what did price do? It broke below and then it went down, right? Which means this one would have won. Same applies to here. 1, 2, 3 structure the same way as here. I just said here it's a head and shoulder, but this one is just an impulsive one. Next week Monday, I buy. A lot of people might buy here to go up, but if price does this, breaks below 3, breaks structure retest, I'm gonna look for sales. I don't wanna lie to you. I am definitely gonna look for sales on this trade. It's a bit tricky. That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna look at it, but I'm not really interested in entering. But I'm just gonna look at it because I don't think price would really buy from here and go up just like that as of now, especially after that huge drop. I think, or I see that there's a it's giving 50-50. It's giving 50-50, which is something that I don't like. I'm not really interested in 50-50s. So this trade, I'm just gonna look at it. I just want to look at it just to study how the market moves, but I'll be interested to see how it moves, to be honest. But I'm not really interested in the trade that I'm interested in is this one that I've entered already. So Monday when market opens, hopefully I pray it shoots up down or something. But yeah, this is my trade view or trade ideas for um, the week of Feb. I think we're starting Feb, which is this NFP, if I'm not mistaken, on Friday. So there's going to be a lot of impulsive moves. So I just want to make sure that I close my trades before Wednesday, or yeah, before Wednesday, or the Wednesday exactly, because yeah, there's going to be a lot of manipulations and all that. So see you guys next week Sunday, or probably during the week if I get time because I have school. Um, so we'll talk, guys. Bye.